Cam Waters Ford Mustang Monster Energy Racing Team. He's qualified 8th. He did a time of 2 minute 29.70. It was incredible that he did a job yesterday with next to no run-up to go out and have 5 laps and generated a time good enough to get into this top 10 shootout.
He was the man of the match in the wet yesterday. To get into the top 10 was extraordinary. Great performance. And this morning, he did a 3.95 in practice 7. So good job. Nice smooth entry. You could see him on the wheel there and on the throttle hard. A lot of the guys using second there at turn 2. And that's big. That's on the limiter. In third on the way up to the cutting. He gets it in nice and tight. It's a great camera shot, that one, because it shows there's a couple of different lines that you can use at the cutting. As I said before, everybody on brand new tyres, so no one on a rotor tyre, and that's a very good first sector.
Best we've seen, 50.79. Oh, that was close. Did he actually rub the concrete? Up at Reed Park, that's as close as you dare to copping a concrete bruise. Through the S's, and he was dragging it on the rev limiter in third gear on the run up to the cutting. So he came out of turn 2 very well. This is a strong run over the top of the hill. He's got it tucked into just the right position for turning into Forest Elbow.
Good job.
A second timing intermediate coming up. There's nothing left on the right-hand side. Check the number out. So the Cume time is better than we've seen so far. He's done a 32.5. That is as good as we've seen across the top of the mountain here, ever.
Historic sector 2. That is as fast as we've seen ever. As he gets down into the braking area, this is an easy spot to overrun the corner and wreck the lap. He gets it turned nicely. The change of direction is nice. Does he make the exit curve work for him? Use it like a motocross berm. He does it well. Can he get it stopped at Murray's? Yes, he does. This is going to be a very smart lap.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Waters, 3.9, P1, mate. Really nice work.
That was great work. 2 minutes, 3.9178. The lap looked fantastic from the get-go. Now, Jamie Whincup, 4 times a Bathurst victor in 6, 7, 8. The three-peat, and then again in 2012. He's had a couple of pole positions here. Into the braking area for 2, parallel to the white line for maximum turn in space. Slides a little on the exit as he glides the throttle in. Coming up to the blind approach through 3. Then turn 4 reveals itself and the road dips away. Very easy to lock a brake there. That caught Macaulay Jones earlier in the weekend. Little bobble on the gear change from 2nd to 3rd as he climbs the hill. It's a 1 in 6 gradient at that location. It's very steep. Great number. It's a 50.6. Have a go at that. He's peeled another 10th out of the time that we saw Cam Waters achieve. There was nothing on the right-hand side of the car through Reed Park. And it was squeezed right up against the concrete wall.
And this is where he's good. This is the spot where he's best. Down the hill. The car slides its way down the S's. The whole way is a braking area for the dipper. Gets it off there. Change the direction. Flicks it from right to left. Get it stopped now. Make sure you can pull it up. Does he make the apex? Yes, he does. We'll give you the second number now.
Carried the brake a long way into the apex down there. So Whincup's 32.7 is just a whisker slower than Waters over the top of the hill. But he was so strong in the first sector, it's got them almost at line ball for the cumulative time. Now he sizes up this right-hander at the chase. Look at this. Committed to the throttle and then huge brake pressure. No curb. Direction change, 2nd to 3rd gear, and the car's sitting beautifully. They've got these cars well trimmed to the racetrack. Into the final corner, it's square under brakes. Whincup hits the apex marker, advances the throttle, gets to the line. How good's this going to be? Position number 2, he misses out by 3/100ths of a second.
Nice lap, mate. Currently P2.
Shane van Gisbergen, he's 30 years of age. He's had 34 career victories in supercar racing, and we're enjoying a golden period in this battle that he's having with McLaughlin.
And he started the lap very early, Croppo. So he was actually at the top of the hill already at 90%. You could see him vigorously moving the steering around and trying to warm those tyres up. And he started the lap earlier than anybody else so far. That's all about the phasing of the front tyre and trying to get that pressure and temperature up.
used third gear on the run through turn 2, and it was hard on the hard cut and out of breath on the run up to turn 4. He didn't bother to use fourth gear there. The owners of the various sectors, well, Whincup is the fastest in sectors 1 and 3 over the top of the mountain. The numbers belong to Cam Waters, and that was a monstrous slide up against the wall. He's done a 50.9. He's 3/10 away from his teammate, who's been the fastest in the first sector.
That was wild. Up under the tree there, that little exit slide cost him, and he was right on the edge of disaster over Skyline. That was very close. Just watch this last little piece here, Neil, because I like the way he approaches this corner. You watch him, he turns it in, gets it in beautifully, and uses all the road. No oversteer.
32.67. He was only a 10th slower than Waters over the top of the hill. So that thing was hooked up across the top of the hill, so he's made a little bit of ground here. 6th gear, the final hump beneath the Hino sign, in towards the chase. This is 300 kilometres an hour, more than 80 metres per second, and he stamps on that brake pedal, turns it in from the widest angle, just glides it up against the curb, and it looks beautiful through there on the direction change. Just drops a little bit of tyre over that curb and brings up the dust. It's a new combo this year with Garth Tander, bottom right-hand corner. Cam Waters and Rusty French are watching in the Tickford garage. What has he got for us? It's good enough for third.
It's P3. Good work.
The weather's been pretty kind to us so far. We're having a dry Armour All shootout. At the moment, on the provisional pole is Cam Waters. And Waters has already had an Armour All pole so far this year. The run into the cutting for his teammate. Chaz Mostert tucks it down tight, makes his apex, and then runs all the way up against the concrete on the exit in 2nd gear. Builds speed over the top of the hill. Nice and straight on the gear change as he crests the top here at Reed Park. Drops it down the other side. It bottoms out. They're running it low. It scuffs the splitter. Drags it up against the concrete over the top of the hill. This looks like it could be a good lap.
Oh, how close was that not to go into the dirt on the right? That was as close as you get without spearing yourself into the fence on the left-hand side. Massive commitment by Mostert at McPhillamy Park. That's where he crashed. Gets through there okay. Now, does he get it stopped? Because this is critical. He does. Nice exit. He's right on it. 0.06 away.
He fed it 2nd gear pretty early on the run to Forest Elbow.
Fastest
and
ever.
That is the best time that we've seen over the top of the hill. They're watching in the respective garages. So Cam Waters, his teammate, looking at the microsector data, and up above, Adam De Bore, he's checking numbers as well. But right now, Mostert's got the eyes on. It's missile lock for him into the braking area at the bottom of the chase. What's the direction change like? Not too bad. He's almost in the dirt, but he didn't get there. So this is going to be absolutely line ball with Cam. Through to the final corner. The super cheap auto racer gasses up and comes out the other side, and he takes it to the top on a 3.7. Well done, Chaz Mostert.
Wow. Bang on that. Awesome. Well done. Currently P1. Enzo's good enough. Great job.
What a lap. He looked cool, calm and collected after he did the 3.5 earlier. And that wasn't cool, calm and collected at McPhillamy Park. Check how close this was, Neil. Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Check that out. What a great lap. Historic lap.
He leads our championship. He is the reigning champion. We've seen lap record-breaking pace from this young man. He typically has produced some special things over the years. So far this year, he owns more Armour All poles than any other driver.
He's been the benchmark in qualifying for sure. He got it stopped nicely. Turned it in early for turn 1. Didn't use as much exit space in the braking area for turn 2, but gets it into that camber of the road that holds the car in. Gets a nice smooth run out of turn 2. It's very easy to get too much exit oversteer there. When you have someone do a 3.78, he battled to get on the throttle coming out of the cutting. Neil's doing steering corrections for him. I'm not sure whether that'll help him.
Checking the numbers. What's the first split like? It is mega. He's done the fastest time we've seen to the first split. It's a 50.5, which is as good as we have ever seen. So this lap has come alive. This is going to be a nail-biter. It's a replica of what happened in 2017. He is chasing a 2-minute 3.78. Throws it off the top of the mountain. Now he's making the run down the east to the left-hander at Forest Elbow. The car's steady. 2nd gear. drives nicely. The second intermediate comes up, and it's another mega number for McLaughlin. So far, so good for Scott McLaughlin. He may generate his 15th Armour All pole for 2019. Now he needs to think about where he pulls it up, commits it at full 100% throttle through the chase, and absolutely smashes the brake pedal, mashes it to pull it up at a stop, climbs it up over the curb, and now smashing the throttle out the other side. This is going to be a mega lap if this final sector works to his advantage. Braking area, last corner for McLaughlin. Is this good enough for pole? The answer is yes. He's done a blinding time. It's a 2-minute 3.3. That is completely berserk. An unbelievable number for McLaughlin.
Have a look at the reaction. An appropriate reaction from everybody in that garage, because that is an historic lap, a 3.37, fastest lap ever.
Hey, Scotty, it's Neil. That is ridiculous. You have just achieved a 2-minute 3.3. Your garage has gone off. I mean, we stand and salute. Well done, young man.
Thank you, guys. Oh, my God. Bloody hell. Let's just finish off Sunday now. Jesus Christ. That was, I was hanging on for dear life there, boys, but... oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, we're thinking the same thing. Was there anything left at all?
That's a no.
I'm not going to get anything more.
Mate, congratulations. I'll let you soak that one up. That's a brilliant bit of motor racing. Enjoy tomorrow. All the best.
Well,
good on you, Scotty McLaughlin.
That's a historic moment again.
Wow.
Yep.
What a moment.
You've seen commitment at just the highest level, everywhere, all over the world, in some amazing places. Can you put this in perspective of the commitment from that young man and this team?
Well, I think it's amazing to think about going up that mountain and coming down the way you have, and there's no place to make any kind of error. So it's a credit to everyone, and certainly Shelby Parr, what they've done for us. And Ford, I'll tell you, them to come back and give us this Mustang has just been amazing, and the success the whole team has had. Fabian, obviously, and Scotty, world champion guy.
Here's the results of the shootout. Well, if that's the entree, imagine the main course tomorrow. McLaughlin 3.37, Mostert, front row of the grid. Then it's Waters, then Whincup, then Van Gisbergen, then Davison, followed by Di Pasquale, Percat, Slade, and Mark Winterbottom.